Hello, welcome to my channel. The book that I am going to be reviewing today, which is also the first book review for this channel, is Life in Prison by Stanley Tookie Williams. Mr. Williams was the co-founder of the Crips, which is a high-profile gang. He co-founded it in 1971 with his friend, and he said it was a way to protect himself from other gangs in his neighborhood. In 1981, he was sent to prison and placed on death row for the murder of about 4 people. He still proclaimed his innocence. While he was in prison, his writings were published, and they were used to sway youth from joining bad crowds, from joining gangs, and basically from leading a very destructive and illegal lifestyle. He did this as a way to counteract his founding of the Crips. So, Mr. Williams was executed a few years ago. If I can recollect, it was, I think, 2005, 2006. I remember seeing an article about it. I'll ignore the loud car sounds. I remember seeing an article about it in Jet magazine. In the article, he also said that he would never smile in his pictures because he did not want his sons to think that prison was a good place to be. So this book, I would recommend it for maybe children that were 13 years old and up. I would even go as far as saying 11 or younger, because I work with a lot of children, and I have heard out of their mouths children say, "Oh, I wish I could shoot them," or "I want a gun," or "I would like to sell drugs." Just basically stuff like that. So that's why I keep this book in mind. Also, what piqued my interest in this book is because I used to be pen pals with somebody who was on death row. Mr. Williams, as I said, proclaimed his innocence the entire time he was in prison, though he does take responsibility for the cause and effect of him founding the Crips. This book is a very brief read. It's only 80 pages long, but though it is only 80 pages long, the message is still a very powerful one, condensed in a small book. So if you have a youth or a person who does not like reading very lengthy books, this is a very good book for them. It also contains images in there, such as this image of Mr. Williams, just people in prison. There's about 2 or 3 graphic images in here, so if you get the book, I would look at some of the pages. I only found like maybe 2, maybe 3 graphic images. One, which is on page 68, has a wall of images of dead bodies, so I would just monitor the book if you're going to hand it to a child. Each chapter focuses on one aspect of prison life. So chapter 3 is called Stir Crazy, and it basically tells about just the physical and mental toll that one has when they're just placed in a small space. So one of his exercises was lock yourself in a bathroom for 10 hours without radio or any entertainment and see what happens. See, like, if you can handle it. Another chapter focused on lack of privacy, like having your mail read. So he said, for 30 days, your child, let your parent or guardian go through your mail, discard what they don't want you to read, or just search it. Just a complete invasion of privacy. His main goal was not to sugarcoat prison, because during the first chapter of this book, he says that there was a young man he knew named Rock who was always going to prison and would just glorify prison. So he did not want youth to think of prison as a wonderful place to be. So that is why he did not sugarcoat anything in this book. The proceeds of this book, or the royalties from the sale of the book, goes to the Institute for the Prevention of Youth Violence, which is a non-profit organization. I thought this book was very well done. I've read several books in the children's section, and the books I've been reading now just kind of talk down to children. They just really dumb. But this one, I like it. It's straightforward. It's not flimsy. It's not wimpy. It's just a really good read. It's a powerful read, whether or not you have or have not been in prison. So I highly recommend this book. And thank you for watching this book review. Have a nice day.